Hi everyone, welcome to week 5 of the VGC Casters Cup. So for this week, I am up against AlphaFeeb, who is running this really scary team of Archaludon, Farigiraf, Polmot, Rhyperia, Fletchinder, Toxapex, Chansey, Luminion, Salamence, Meowscarada, Tentamouse and Phoebus. Now, a fun fact, literally the only reason I drafted the Pelipper was because of the Archaludon. I am really scared of it. I've used Archaludon quite extensively throughout Regulation H, and in my opinion, it is one of the strongest Pokemon in the format. So I'm really scared of it, and immediately off the bat, I can see some options like Rock Blast, Rhyperia, and Bullet Seed, Meowscarada, and Population Bomb, Tentamouse to try and activate that stamina boost. So for this week, I think I'm definitely bringing in that Weezing to disable the stamina boost. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a switch up to, I think, my usual thing of going through what team members I'm gonna bring and all of that, because I think it's taking up a little bit too much time, and I realize most of you are probably more interested in the actual battle than me waffling on about what Pokemon I'm going to bring. So I'm just going to give a very quick rundown this week of the 6 Pokemon that I'm going to bring, and this is probably going to be the format going forwards. So first up, we've got Ninetales. This week, since Feeb has no way of stopping my weather, I figured I can have Aurora Veil on it. Now, originally I did want the Light Clay, but I'm a bit worried about the Flash Cannon from the Archaludon just knocking it out in one hit, which is why I've put the Focus Sash on it. It's got the Poison Terratite because I don't want to get, wrecked by, say, a +6 stamina body press from the Archaludon. Blizzard, because there's quite a few Pokemon that get hit by ice super effectively, and then Encore Disable I think is quite nice against Feeb's team because his team is quite setup based, so I think there's a lot of options for that. Now the speed is just fast enough to outspeed the Polmot. The fastest Pokemon on Feeb's team is that Meowscarada at base 124 speed, and nothing on my team outspeeds it anyway, so I've just given up trying to outspeed that Meowscarada, and I will be just trying to outspeed the Polmot if needed. Next up, we've got Palafin. This week, it's finally got Protect on it again. I'm still running Acrobatics, but I've gotten a more reliable way to actually proc the Acrobatics with a close combat jetpack. The idea behind this Palafin is if Feeb leads with the Salamence, then immediately I just get the free switch into Palafin. But if there's no Intimidate coming off from that Salamence, then turn 1 I can still deal some decent chip damage with the close combat and immediately switch out with the Palafin. It's Terra Fairy because I want to once again be resistant to the Archaludon body press, and that does make it super effective or weak to the Flash Cannon from Archaludon, but Palafin is bulky enough that it's probably not going to get knocked out in one hit. And the Terra Fairy is also nice against something like a Draco Meteor from the Salamence. The speed is just fast enough to outspeed 252 Archaludon, and with max attack, and then the rest dumped into HP. Next up, we've got Weezing. This Weezing set, I think the special attack is enough to 2-hit KO a 4 HP Meowscarada with the Dazzling Gleam. It's running Will-O-Wisp, and this week it does not have any sort of accuracy boosting items because I didn't feel that I was getting much value out of either a zoom lens or a wide lens. So I put a leftovers on it just to make it as bulky as possible. The defensive EVs don't really do much from memory. I think it was just after the 180 that I needed in special attack. I dumped as much as I could into HP and then split the rest between defense speed and special defense. And it's Terra Psychic type because once again that is going to be resistant against the Archaludon, and Psychic is actually a decent defensive typing against Feeb's team because that also resists the close combat from the Pawmot, and the only thing that can hit the Terra Psychic Wheezing super effectively is a knockoff from Meowscarada, which I'm not too worried about. Like, losing leftovers would be annoying, but Wheezing is defensive enough that it's probably not going to get OHKO'd by a knockoff. And then after Wheezing loses its item, it's not going to be hit as hard by that leftovers. Next up, we've got Scrafty. The Scrafty set is exactly the same as the Scrafty that I ran last week, but this week I decided to make it a little bit more bulky. The attack IVs, I think from memory, was something like a small roll on a Meowscarada, or no, actually no, it wasn't. I think it, because Scrafty's got pretty low attack. I think it was either like a small roll or it just, the 180 just did a chunk to, I think, the Archaludon. Actually, I can't remember because I keep building these a week before and then just forgetting what they were for. But from memory, I think the special defense allows it to survive a choice Specs Air Slash from Salamence, a model Salamence, I should say. And it's, yeah, this is a very similar Scrafty to last week. The only change up was the item choice of Choppleberry, because there were two super strong fighting type moves coming off from Feeb's team, so I thought Choppleberry might come in handy. Next up, we've got Zebstrika, once again running a fairly similar moveset to the Zebstrika from last week. Of course, I put Covert Cloak on it this week because the Focus Sash was taken by the Ninetales, and I also ended up putting Protect on it because I don't think I'm going to get any value out of an Electro Web because I'm just going to be outspared by the Meowscarada anyway. And yes, there's an argument to be made that I could say protect the Zebstrika's partner and go for the Electro Web, but I think Zebstrika is going to be quite critical to keep alive this week because of how threatening both the Pawmot and the Archaludon are, so I would rather just keep Protect and, you know, drop Taunt, because between the Wheezing having Taunt and the Ninetales having Encore Disable, I don't think I need that Taunt. And finally, we've got once again an Executor. This Executor is slightly different. It's Terra Poison now, so to once again be resistant to those body presses. And also, if, say, there's a Toxapex on the end trying to spam something like Toxic or Toxic Spikes, then the Executor, if it goes for the Terra, can switch out and switch back in to absorb those spikes. This week's Executor is a slightly different spread compared to the one that I had last week. It's got Leech Seed, and I think this is going to be quite a nice combo against Feeb's fairly defensive team, and especially if I can get a Leech Seed off against Chansey. If Feeb does decide to bring it, I can heal off a lot of health. The Trick Room is just in case Feeb decides to go for the Trick Room option. Executor is bulky enough that it can probably survive any attack thrown at it, and then it can reverse the Trick Room. And then I went with the Dragon Pulse because that's just good all-round damage. Now the spread this week is a little bit different, a bit more offensive. The special attack IVs guarantee a KO onto 4 HP Salamence, and then I think the rest was just spread out as much as I could into special defense. So yeah, that's my team, and we'll get straight into our match. Oh no, Nick has Chansey, Meowscarada, Farigiraf, Archaludon with Terra Steel, Salamence with Terra Fire, and Fletchinder with Terra Flying. So, okay, so first thoughts, Palafin. I want to actually lead Scrafty because I don't want the Ninetales to just go down instantly to well, it'll be knocked down to the Focus Sash, but I just don't want to lose so much health at the start. So yeah, Palafin, Scrafty. I think, do I want Ninetales? Okay, so I want Wheezing. I think Wheezing's pretty good. And now the question is... Zeb Striker or... Ninetales could Encore Disable, which could be very nice against the Chansey. If I bring Zeb Striker, I don't have to worry too much about the Archaludon, I think. Executor? It's kind of tricky, isn't it? So Terra Flying Fletchinder is kind of interesting. Oh, I'm out of time, I just realized. I've got 1 second left on the clock. So, okay, so I brought... I don't think the Chansey's coming, right? You just don't bring Chansey against my team, I feel like. Because it's fairly physical. Okay. Archaludon and Meowscarada. Okay, question. Is that Meowscarada... Is it going to Bullet Seed? If it's Bullet Seed, I may have a bit of problem. Let's fake... Oh, I don't have Fake Out. Oops. Okay, never mind then. In that case, let's Drain Punch Meowscarada. Yeah. No Salamence, which is kinda interesting. But okay... Bullet Seed! Okay. Okay, good. That's fine. Body Press. Okay, this is gonna do no damage then. Oh yeah, that's the most non... Okay, nice. And now I can Dazzling Gleam and knock off, right? Let's see what the Archaludon's got. Yeah, let's go for the knockoff. Flower Trick. Ow. Oh, what on earth? How is it this strong? Is that... Okay, well... I did not see that coming. Oh, I'm in danger now. Okay, so... This is not good news. Oh, actually. So we've got a bit of a problem here, I think. Let's go for the Tail Whip. And... yeah, okay, this is really not good now. Ah, that's so bad. That's so bad. Okay. So the Meowstic's got loaded dice, most likely. Okay, I think I know what to do in game 2. So, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely loaded dice. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's... I mean, it's not really. Okay. now this is really bad actually. I'm gonna Eerie Impulse this. Go for the Terror and just, I suppose, Wave Crash. Like, there's not much I can do now. Yeah, okay, so that was a bit of a horrible start, but I think I know what to do. That's okay. Oh, that does so much. That does way too much. And I barely managed to... Yeah, okay, so I'm really surprised the Archaludon took out the Wheezing. I was expecting the Wheezing to survive, so yeah, that's not very good. Okay. Let's rethink this. Right, so... Yeah, let's do some scouting then. I guess I can Tail Whip. Yeah, so that was a very disastrous game one. Let's see what the Fletchinder goes for. So Meowscarada's got Bullet Seed from the looks of it. Brave Bird, okay. That's fine. Brave Bird. I want to see how much damage. Yeah, okay, that was a crit, but I don't think the crit mattered. So, yeah. Okay, a terrible turn 1 start. But... Turn 2... Yeah, the problem is that the Meowscarada outspeeds everything I can throw. What Terra type was the Meowscarada again? The Meowscarada was... Ghost. So, what I can do is go for the close combat. I will go for a close combat this time into the Archaludon. Oh, oops, wait, hold on. I forgot to do. Whoops, okay. Alright. Yeah, so I need to get rid of the Meowscarada, I think is the thing. Yeah, so Palafin and Wheezing. No, sorry, Palafin and Scrafty. I think Wheezing's good, and then in the last slot, let's bring Ninetales. I think Ninetales could be useful in getting the Encore. Yeah, so that must be like a modest Archaludon, right? Because my Wheezing's bulky. So I was very surprised to see it go down immediately. Okay. Are we expecting a Terra? Okay. That's fine. This is... what did I bring in the back? Totally fine. I don't think there's a Trick Room coming, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close combat the Archaludon and then bring in the Wheezing. Since that's an AV Archaludon, it can't protect. And then Palafin gets the free swap out. Okay. Oh, that is a lot of damage. Oh, okay, critical hit, no wonder. Okay, alright, let's get Palafin out of there. And then we can get the Scrafty in. And then, if the Trick Room comes... Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Dazzling Gleam. Oh, ow. That's fine. Dazzling Gleam Photograph. Wow, okay. Flash Cannon. I could now lock. Yeah. We are not having a good time right now, are we? Okay, let's go for the Wave Crash. And I guess I could taunt. Or do I just pretend? Let's taunt it. Yeah. Okay, let's get the Ninetales in, because then I can okay. I feel like I'm in a bit of a tricky position here. Wave Crash should KO the Archaludon? Yeah. And then I think the Palafin should survive whatever is thrown at it. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that was a crit. That's the most uncritical crit. Now what I can do... Well, now I can just spam Blizzard, right? Okay, so Salamence is... What? Now I taunt an Encore, right? Oh, I don't want to Wave Crash. Let's do this and just Encore the Farigiraf. Please don't be Mental Herb. Please don't be Mental Herb. Do not want Mental Herb. Ah, okay, never mind. What? That did very little damage. What is this? What? Oh. Okay, now I can close combat. And now I can Encore again, right? Okay. Good. And now it's stuck. What on earth? How did that Chansey survive a close combat? What is going on? Okay, so... Well, let's get this let's get Wheezing in. Yeah. Farigiraf has to swap out. so Farigiraf has Rain Dance, Dazzling Gleam, and it's opting to stay in, which is fascinating. Alright. Okay. Salamence can come in now. And I guess a little Wave Crash. Like that just hurts in the rain. And Dazzling Gleam? I'm not sure who's faster, but the Farigiraf is kind of neutralized. And when the Ninetales comes back in... Oh, I haven't gone for the Terror, have I? Maybe I should have gone for the Terror? Okay. Have I misplayed? Oh, okay. Is that Ninetales still taunted? Okay. So... I wonder... So we've got a bit of a problem here. We've got a huge problem here. So let's disable. And... yeah, we gotta... Whoa! It's Choice Scarf Salamence! Oh no. Yeah, that... yeah, the Wheezing actually was the wrong Pokemon to bring this game. Well, let's protect. I don't think I can win this now. Yeah, Scarf Salamence was a bit of a surprise there. Yeah, okay, so I think I should have protected the Palafin that turn. Okay. That that was a crit. Yeah, GG's, man. I definitely think I had waves around it. Alright, so I wanted to do a little bit of a post-match analysis to see if there were areas I could have improved my play, because those two games were pretty dominant and I got bopped pretty hard there. So I think in game 1, I could have prioritized... I think I should have actually just kept targeting the Archaludon, because that's a Terra Steel type. And it would have, without the stamina boost, because Wheezing was on the field, it wouldn't have, you know, survived too long against both the Scrafty and the Wheezing. And what I should have done was perhaps go for the Terror, because the Meowscarada, yes, it's kind of annoying, but I think Scrafty could have had a good job handling it. But at the same time, I don't know, I would say that looking back through my game 1, I'm not that unhappy with the plays I made. I think most of my plays made sense, and I didn't do as well in scouting properly for the game 2, because in game 1 I figured out, yes, Meowscarada was the bullet seed set, it did have loaded dice, and in game 2 I could have capitalized on the fact that the Meowscarada did not have focus sash. So that's game 1, and I think the critical game that I definitely could have played better in was this game 2. So if we go over to game 2 there, yeah, I think game 2 I did make a few misplays. I wouldn't say they were super bad misplays, but my opponent was able to capitalize on my misplays. So one of them being my Ninetales attempting to encore the Frigoraph. You could even hear during the game I was wondering whether or not the Frigoraph would have Mental Herb, and I shouldn't have taken that risk, because I could have actually basically I could have gone for the Aurora Veil, which I think would have been more beneficial to my team overall, because then the Weezing wouldn't have taken so much damage against this choice Scarf Salamence that later came in the back. And I definitely think I also should have prioritized in getting rid of the Chansey a bit earlier. I was quite surprised that it survived a close combat, but then again, this is an Eviolite Chansey, so that was my mistake. I think the more kind of game-ending mistake was not going for a Protect on the Weezing against this Salamence. But at the time, I wasn't sure what item the Salamence was holding. I thought it would be holding a Choice Specs when the Frigoraph went for the Rain Dance, and I was scared that the Salamence... Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because if the Salamence wasn't choiced, then the Ninetales Disable wouldn't have been quite as beneficial. But then again, Salamence being choice Scarf was really, really scary for me. And yeah, I think in this turn, I definitely should have gone for the Protect Disable play. Now, had Feeb predicted that, he could have targeted the Ninetales, and that would have been, I think, a really good play. But basically at this point I was so behind that I needed to play some really kind of out of the box moves, and had I managed to do that, then the Salamence would have been forced to struggle for 3 turns. And if the Frigoraph didn't have a psychic move, the Weezing was actually in a really nice spot. But unfortunately, because the Weezing took so much damage from that Hurricane from the Salamence earlier, it wasn't able to survive those really strong hits from the Frigoraph. So I definitely deserve to lose in this week's game because I just played quite poorly. But I also think that I should have done a little bit better in the team building stage. I definitely feel that my team was built around a lot of setup, but Feeb ended up having a lot of offensive pressure, and I couldn't really do much against that. So I definitely think if I ended up making it to playoff and facing Feeb again, I would be building this team a bit differently. But this is basically one of, I suppose, the failures of the Palafin team, is that it's so one-dimensional that once your opponent cottons on to your strategy, it's quite difficult to pull off. But that being said, I have 3 more trades to make for the remainder of... Well, actually, it expires... Well, the 3 trades, the deadline is tonight. So I'm probably going to try and swap up my team a bit to make them a little bit more offensive and a little bit less reliant on the Palafin. So I guess I will see you for next week. Thank you for watching.